Like, yeah, that's a weird battle. That I couldn't attack it. It's like it's aura. It's like it's got a hidden aura that I just don't know what it is. I don't know. The golem freezes. Inside it, something vibrates in harmony, and the dents left by your weapons quickly repair. Harrim approaches the metal monster and examines it from head to toe. An invisible idol made of indestructible metal. Another proof of her empty pride. Every master wishes to create something that will outlive them, but why? So that their creation will live on a short while before turning to dust with the rest of the universe. Masters. Masters. Oh, nope. Harrim pulls the key. To his surprise, the whole lot comes out of the golem's body along with the key. As Harrim stands amazed, the monster falls to pieces as if they were made not of the strongest metal in the world, but of rotten wood. Don't know how he done that because he seems to be on the flare. That didn't really do much. Harrim did whatever that was. One of the dwarves' squealy leader, a grey man with a massive symbol of Tolag around his neck, jumps down from the lick where the dwarfs climb to escape the golem. He looks to Harrim and what he's done, astounded. How did you do that? That's impossible. Impossible! I don't know. I don't. Who are you? Dwarf turns to you and bows. Forgive me, your grace. The surprise made me lose all my manners. My name is Jamun Skeg, paladin for Torag, and the leader of the group, our half of our whole clan. I thank you for your help. May the Father of creation never leave you. May he bless you, my son. And you must be Harrim, the priest of Grotus. I heard a lot about you and the unusual path you've taken. I would like to speak with you. You would like? Well, I wouldn't like to even see you. We have nothing to discuss, and this is just what I need, to listen to another sermon about Torag's greatness. Harrim's indignation with a humble bow. I am not so arrogant as to preach to a priest. Your faith is your choice. I am not one to question it. I only wanted to know more about your spiritual journey. And in response, Harrim only sniffs with contempt. Harrim, you've broken metal with your bare hands before. What? When did that happen? Oh wait, are you talking about the anvil? Yes, I did do that, but why? I asked Grotus what it meant, but received no answer. Harrim pensively wraps his beard around his fingers. Anyway, are you safe now? Does it look like it? It looks like it keeps getting back up. Yes, your grace, and may Torag bless the soul you walk upon. You saved us. The Skeg clan is in your debt. Alas, we have no treasure to reward you for your kind aid, but that is only temporary. Believe me, when we find a way inside the fortress and recover the legacy of our ancestors, you'll see that no one can accuse the Skeg clan of stinginess. Look at them. Here they are, true children of Tolag, greedy, conceited, unable to see beyond their own noses. They barely escape death. And there they are, diving into the maw again, blinded by the glitter of imaginary treasures. I contemplated making them leave, but let us allow them to stay and continue what they are doing. If they are in such a hurry to dig their own graves, let us not interfere. Thank you. I see you have no love for your people or our god. No, don't be so quick to frown. I have no wish to preach to you, but I believe you said you broke the unbreakable with your bare hands. Please tell me about this. I think I have an idea of what power lies within you. The searing palm. Harrim's voice sounds still and lifeless. The magic anvil in the desolate bronze shield fortress. Desecrated by trolls, it was destroyed by my fist, as if it were made of sand or wood that had rotted from within, and only waited to be touched to fall to dust. He holds his hand upon Torag's hammer, which hangs around his neck. Could it be? What power hides inside Harrim? The touch of the Unmaker. This is a rare, very rare gift of the gods. It happens once in a generation. I can't say who grants it. Perhaps Torag, perhaps Grotus. Or perhaps it comes from some other source we know nothing about. It is the power to give death to things which live beyond their proper time. That's rich. Any pup squeak from our tribe knows how to break things, and you longshanks call it a gift. Ill things created with a flaw, like this golem, desecrated like the anvil, the robust creations of dwarven hands that beg for death but must continue to exist. A dwarf blessed by the touch of a maker can put an end to their suffering. Nonsense, I've never heard of this. If Growth has granted me this power, why do I have to find out about it from some paladin of a traitor god? The god of the helplessness and cowardice, a gift of the gods. By Grotus, you prove it or you admit your... Jaband listens calmly to the stream of insults running down him from Harrim. When the latter has finally spent his breath, the paladin replies quietly, "Yes, I can prove it. Harrim, his words make sense. Maybe that what you thought was Torag's curse was actually a gift from the gods, which your kin simply couldn't understand." Harrim winces as if all of his teeth started aching at once, and then he nods reluctantly. It is possible, but then Torag and his followers aren't even more stupid and blind than I thought. Just imagine. If this is true, the reason for my woe is not a curse, but the simple fact that none of my kin was wise enough to recognize a divine gift. The priest shakes his head and looks at the paladin. You said you can prove your words? I challenge you. The touch of the Maker is not only the power to destroy, he can take the heart of an item, all the love and effort put into its maker. By the mercy of Torag, strike the golem once more. Complete the unmaking and show us its heart. Whew. Harrim looks gloomily at the quiet golem, then shrugs and smashes it with his fist. The golem falls to fragments with a pitiful clink. Leaning down to search through the pieces, Harrim takes hold of a shimmering blue jewel. He examines it, then turns to you. The priest's face is sad and baffled. There, a gift from Torag. Be he damned, so what's next? What do I do with it? These are Torag things, give them to his servant. Thank you for telling me of my gift, but do not expect it to reconcile me with Torag, or with my people. If you find a way to make good use of it, fine. If not, it doesn't matter. You can keep looking for the entrance, or go back to your mountains. Do not care. Thank you, Harrim. I will make good use of this gift. I am sorry that everything turned out the way it did, but I respect your decision, and won't try to convince you. Farewell. Gifts from the gods, curses from the gods. I'm starting to think it's the same thing. But thank you for coming here with me. I probably wouldn't even have talked to this Diamond on my own. But now I have much to contemplate. Let us go. Let's leave Sked to do as they will. Alright, that was weird. Apparently there was like a secret check that I needed to do, so. We stumble across an ugly scene, a ragged pile of goblins. They are hiccuping violently, laughing, then hiccuping again. The air is so thick with alcohol fumes, flies lie dead in the dirt, and an odd vinegar smell as well. It appears the goblins have gotten into Oleg's stock and drank deep of its contents. Barrels lie in splinters around the area, not a single one intact. He surveys the goblin pile, then glances at you with a shrug. No problem here. Normal day for tribe. Would be worse if holiday. Is this your tribe? Yes, he sniffs again, and you suddenly become more aware of the vinegar smell. They've marked this as home. It will be hard to make them leave this home though. He glances around in disapproval. It's much smaller than the capital. Capital would have more room for them. Not have to lie in pile. Could be lying down drunk everywhere. He turns to one of the group entwined in a mass. You, runny long legs, why did you stop running? Why make home here? The goblin lifts his head slightly, his tiny eyes blaring red. His legs are indeed long and folded back almost like a grasshopper. We kept getting chased, no place to settle down. Got hungry, then caught. Then we set here and now... caught by who? Big Shanks, bigger than you. Long legs blinks and scratches the side of his head. Fatter, smelled better, big club, was eating sheep. We tried to share his sheep with us by taking one, a small one, in the night while he snore. But we not asked first, so he got mad. Looks like a giant, and don't know which one. After eating half of us, he got so full, he ready to trade. He say if we find him something to wash other goblins down with because they are still squirming in his gut, he let us go. We knew a price here at post, but had to sample kegs to be sure. Alright, well, I've only got to make them leave or I'll do it myself. Listen, Nok Nok Big Hero, you do what Nok Nok say, but he frowns, his ear twitching. Tell me where Big Shanks now. When we expect you back, did Big Shanks follow? But yeah, right behind you, alright. At that moment, there is another waft of foul air, and a shadow falls to the ground. All the goblins in a pile lift their heads at the new arrival, a towering hill giant with mismatched coveralls, a necklace of hands and skulls, and a makeshift club composed of several timbers tied together with rope. He looks very, very angry. Not just at the pile of goblins, but the splintered empty barrels.
Nok Nok used to lighting enemies on fire.
The goblins seem ready to bolt. You catch a long leg slowly and curling himself on the pile, apparently ready to run. You do notice a number of the goblins are looking at Nok Nok with a strange fascination. Dealing with a giant must have impressed them. Nok Nok deal with your tribe. Steps forwards and gives a series of crackling hisses to get attention, and all the goblins stare at him. After their eyes are on him, Nok Nok, his eyes narrow, goes to each one of them and turns and raps them twice on the head, hard. They wince but say nothing, except for one feeble groan from a goblin more sober than the rest. Make great deal with you. You need to go to bigger place. Or I hit you again, I show you. The goblins stare blankly at this. Nok Nok sighs. Me, Big Hero, follow me, take you to new place. The goblins nod and begin to untangle themselves, but they are doing what Nok Nok says. Some of them are rubbing their heads. Turns to you, Big Hero. Nok Nok, take care of them. All good. Were you taking them? Pauses as if forgotten what happened for a few moments ago, and you realise he has capital big enough. Yes, capital. Before you can stop him, he turns to the goblins. All you go to the capital. Nok Nok commands you. Go on, get right. The end of your barony just to closer, much closer. To the horror of the goblins scamper away, running in all directions, but towards the direction of your capital city.
Need to catch my breath.
Great. Oh, yes, undead, alright. 1 damage. Wow. Alright, fantastic. Alright. While trying to cross a small river, there was tons of them in these parks. We met an old man that would be considered suspicious even by local standards. He had a grey beard and his straw hat sat above a head of coarse, dirty, tousled hair. The man was skillfully guiding a small raft along the river with a long pole, and a fat water rat sat near his bare feet. Noticing us, the old man approached the shore and hailed us in a local dialect so strange we could hardly understand. Good folk, where are you heading? Fleeing somewhere, looking for something. Ah, looking. I can see it in your eyes. Well, as the saying goes, those that seek find. I can help you. Surely if I can pay me the right price. Ah, great. pay him the right price, eh? For some reason I couldn't press any of the buttons. Right, I asked the old man who he was. The old man set out a confusing explanation. It was difficult to follow, but we gathered he wasn't just a river rafter. He was a cleric in service of a minor deity that was almost unknown outside the river kingdoms. Hansberg, the guardian of the waterways and river travel, neither good nor evil, and tricky as the great Selin River. The god could safely guide your boat past sandbanks, rapids and bandit ambushes to your final destination, or drown you in the stillest backwater. Many river travellers raise prayers to him in these heat of need, but few dare worship him openly. Rumour has it that Hansberg is no stranger to human sacrifice, and he takes toll from the travellers and the collection of those who drowned. Well, that's nice. Can you help us? Let's have a bet. You're all busy hasty. Try catch a living barbarian with a dead name. Can you dive? I've managed to drown you a little in the further Selin waters. Let me know the taste of the river. If you can take it, I'll help in your searching. If not, well, that's it. I will never see each other again. The game offered by the cleric was a dangerous one. One of your companions would have to put their life on the line to get the search. Wow, okay, right, alright. 24. Right, I think he should be managing this pretty nicely. He bravely went to the old man. The cleric wasted no time grabbing Ikundio by the hair and plunging him headfirst into the muddy river up to his shoulders. Water plants tickled his face and his ears filled with the whisper of the sand rolling along the riverbed. Ikundio took it in stride, so to speak. His lungs held enough air to hang on for quite a while. A hazy vision suddenly engulfed Ikundio's mind. He saw himself floating above the stolen lands, seeing the country from a bird's eye view. Another moment and it seemed as though he would be able to focus his eyes and see Armag's tomb. That took far too long, folks. I was 12. I kept getting 1s, 2s, 4s and 5s. Finally, man, jeez. Pain no bind to the pain in his chest and the blood rushing through his ears. Ikundio concentrated on the vision, trying his best to put it together to focus on the mad chieftain's elusive tomb. Just as he thought he would surely drown, the picture finally emerged, and when it did, everyone else saw that Ikundio was seeing. The wide and hilly Glenbun uplands, strewn with stones and carved by a small rivers, an essential part north of Flintock Grassland, and barely noticeable rock held an entrance, like a gaping mouth that led underground. Some grim barbarians start near the entrance as though waiting for something. This had to be Armag's tomb. He'd finally located it. If we swept through the area, we couldn't miss it. At least that was our hope. The old man let his victim go. Ikundio pulled his head from the water as quickly as possible, grasping for air. The cleric grinned, took his pole and pushed off from the back. He waved to us with his tan, crooked palm as he disappeared from our sight. Alright. Don't leave the megaliths. They must be placed in the correct order. This will loosen my chains. Trade by my faithful, now I seek help from a stranger. Okay. From a stranger, the ravenous queen. Alright. Lovely.
Nok Nok used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Consider me provoked.
Hi darling, I'm writing this while taking a rest stop in the Glenbun wilderness. Don't be surprised, but I finally decided to get out of pit tax. I'll miss the magical potion dear carniversal cells, but that's fine. I brought a supply of it with me. I'll come in handy when we celebrate. As for my homeland, things are getting worse and worse. Everetti's appetites grow, the guards are fighting with the Thieves Guild, the old trade houses keep making new schemes, and even the Academy of Arts has been said to have some new free thinkers appearing from time to time. I'm sure the pot will boil over sooner or later, and I prefer not to be there when it does. I also look forward to seeing you, and in the meantime, this letter cuts off here. Died at that point then. Go inside, I guess. You're here, great, about time. The battle hasn't started yet, we may still have enough time to push this off. Here, meet Gart of the Tiger Lord. He's Dugar's apprentice, and a cleric too. A really smart one. They're on our side, and the two of us have an agreement. Just listen to him, he'll explain things. I don't wish to waste your time, so I'll be brief. We're sick and tired of Armag and his crazy witches. Yes, yep. Yeah, you want to help the Brevins, and we want to pull our kin out of the senseless slaughter. Our interests can coincide. They leave Amari alone for just a while, and she goes and starts a rebellion. Sounds about right, right? Why are you happy? Why are you unhappy? Yep. The chieftain's job is to fight for the wealth and glory of his tribe, not to cram vague bullcrap about some great future down the throats of his tribesmen. The real Armag once made all of Numeria tremble before the Tiger Lords. That was this Armag done. Sent our people to their deaths for no reason, and he'll continue to do so in the future. Why should we even fight Brevins, for goodness sake? Is anyone going to pay us for it? Well, the sisters, dream on. We're tired of being as pawns in a game we don't even understand. Let's use you as an example. Perhaps you're not the most important person in our governance, but you're certainly not an enemy to yourself or your people, right? Now put yourselves in our shoes. Imagine your chieftain calls on you and orders you to take all your people and jump off a cliff. All because some old crone foretold that was your destiny. We would jump for our lives. Like there's this. For me, there's just no way I would do anything. It's just like, the most stupidest. And sometimes this game really is just stupid. It fucking annoys me. Like I'm going to actually say, my commander orders that I'll jump, but I won't force my people. What is this about personal choice? There's a mind. For fuck's sake. Oh, I guess you're really a good person. Too bad there aren't more people like you around. They often don't live long enough. Our ways are a bit different. If you call yourself a chieftain, you should care for your tribe. And if you can't, you can go straight to the abyss. Thought your goal was to seize the plunder. That was Armag said, but he underestimated the size of Bazoy's army. He said their forces would be 1/3 the size, and they haven't even received your reinforcements yet. Our today's enemies are just a fraction of Bazoy's forces. It's crystal clear to us that with those forces and their walls, the rest of is too much for us. All we could achieve would be to weaken the Sword Lord's army. I'm sure the Sartovas would be happy with that. But what's in it for us? The Sartovas won't be paying because we dragged our butts here on our own accord. I hear the voice of greed, not honour and valour. The only thing between these people and the violence is lack of payment. If someone paid for it, they'll gladly take up arms against a peaceful village. Easy, we're fighters. We fight with our fighters, not to plough pushing weaklings. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I don't think I'm convinced either. Pretty far away from here. How did you find yourself near Rosland? What's going on with my mouse? You travelled through Pathfinder, why King Everettly let us through is a mystery to us. Though there were rumours among the fighters that he was one who hired us to attack Restov, but now we know for sure that no one's even paying us for the expedition. I hate getting caught in a charade like that, but more than that, I hate any chieftain who would put on such a charade for their people. If you get rid of Armag, who will be your new chieftain? I suppose Drugaf, I suppose, but that's not important. Our main objective is to take out Armag. Even a mindless baby would be better chieftain than this madman who obeys those harpies every word. It destroys his own tribe, so what's the plan? In short, with a little help, I can sneak into the camp and set to quest 3. Then we'll find Armag and kill him and the sisters. In my opinion, pretty solid plan. You want a warrior to sneak in? Oh, okay. Okay. In the meantime, we take our reinforcements to Brevins. The sight of your army and news of Armag's disposition should be enough to convince our brothers and sisters to retreat. Is I? Oh, I feel like you're keeping something from me. Is it that obvious? Crap, I'm such a bad liar. Fine, here's it. I have one thing to do here. My tribe, the Six Bears, is at the 6 lords' camps. Normally, I just screw them all, but, well, they have Nylik with them, and I won't let anyone hurt her. Okay. Are you sure you can sneak in and deal with them? What? I'll... Sneaking into the camp together isn't an option. Amari is from the 6 Bears, so she can easily pass with one of the people. That trick won't work with you. Okay. Got a point now. Right, I need to prepare. Right. Save it here, just in case. While sneaking around the camp, Amari spotted a familiar cloak nearby. One of the defaced sisters was approaching. Amari was sure the sorceress would recognize her and raise a fuss if she wasn't spotted. What was she supposed to do in this situation? Darted down the side passage, hoping to avoid. Tried to kill her. Yeah, good luck with that. Amari dashed out the sister's path in one leap. She was able to take cover behind a tent. A passing barbarian threw her a surprised glance. But she just grunted something about crazy bears and continued on the way. In the meantime, the sister continued along her way. The immediate danger had passed. Waiting for the sister to move out of sight, Amari then continued to move forward. Sister passed the guards and headed exactly where Amari was going, towards Armag's tent. The barbarian thought even better. Now I won't have to chase her. Got a point now. Save it there. Probably have to buff up retaliation. A wee bit annoying.
Bring it.
I didn't do that. I literally did not do that. I pressed that button to do that. Near Armag's tent, Amari spots a familiar figure clad in a grey coat. The sister stands over Nylik, who's bound and helpless. A dagger gleams faintly in the sister's hand. Dugaf sits nearby with his hands and legs tied, his mouth gagged. He stares at the witch with eyes full of hate. A dense red fog claims Amari's eyes as a roar of anger bursts from her chest. Her body rushes forward, seemingly on its own accord. Her head is empty, but for a single ringing thought.
An ambush.
Kill! That'll do it, I guess. That'll do it. Alright. And great.
Smells like blood. Yes, blood. Who dare shed blood here without first calling Armag?
Your witch wanted to kill Nylik like cattle without even a charge of trial. I'm going to make you answer for that.
The 6 bears crawled to Armag on their bellies, begging for his protection. And this is how they repay the Tiger Lord's hospitality?
Hospitality.
The girl killed the sister. Armag demands payment in blood.
Alright.
So be it. Armag and the girl will fight before the eyes of Gorum. Like in ancient times. One-on-one. Everyone, gather now. Draw the circle so we may fight. Blood for blood.
Hopefully unfairly. Hopefully. Nope. Alright, didn't get my dragon.
Running won't help you.
Oh, it does. That took forever. Oh, hey, 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 hey.
Kill me.
Who dares defy the sanctity of the duel?
I didn't do it. I did not bring a dragon to this fight.
Armag will kill. Tie the girl.
Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was?
After the battle, so everyone can see what happens to those who stand in Armag's way. Now, continue the battle. Armag must leave. No one dares object. It's important. The most important thing in the world.